to New York City. I'm Stefanie Russell, and today we're going to make spinach and artichoke dip. Spinach and artichoke dip is a great appetizer because it's easy, quick, and always a crowd pleaser. Now, it wouldn't be Stefanie's spinach and artichoke dip without a variation or a twist. Sometimes I add gorgonzola cheese, other times I add tomatoes. But today we're going to add avocado. Avocado is a great source of omega-3 fats, which are the healthy fats, fiber, as well as potassium. There's actually 60% more potassium in an avocado than a banana. So let's get started. First, we're going to use a packaged, just frozen spinach, straight from the package. You're welcome to use fresh spinach if you prefer, but the frozen kind is pretty easy. We're going to strain it because we want to remove all the extra water. So we're just going to pour this in here in our strainer. There we go. And then we're just going to push it down to get all the extra water out. Because we want our spinach and artichoke dip to be very creamy and rich tasting. So once all the water's out, we'll just dump it into our bowl like so. Now we're going to add the garlic. I'm using 4 about medium-sized garlic cloves. And I'm going to chop them relatively small. This is definitely a garlic lover's appetizer. You can never get enough garlic. So, once we're done chopping, we'll just add this to our spinach mixture. And stir in our garlic so it's all incorporated. The next part is we're going to add in our artichokes. Artichokes typically come in a can or in a jar, and they're usually portioned and cut to the artichoke heart. So we're just going to chop a few of the artichoke hearts into smaller pieces. I like to use maybe about 6 or 7 of the quartered artichoke hearts. They're typically very easy to cut up. Artichokes are also healthy. There is a nice combination of vitamin C as well as fiber and folic acid in artichokes. Just a few more here. These smell so good. Artichokes are kind of a sweet vegetable. A lot of people I think are afraid to try them, but they really add a great texture and a great flavor to a lot of different foods. So once all of our artichokes are cut up, we're going to add them to the spinach and garlic mixture. And we'll just mix it up so it's all incorporated. Excellent. Now we're going to add the avocado. As I talked earlier, avocado is really a healthy fruit. And we're just going to, it's already been peeled. And I'm just going to continue to cut through the avocado. The avocado has a pit. It's very similar to cutting open a peach. See? You can see that's the pit of the avocado. So you want to be aware of that when you're cutting, that you want to not cut pits because that's not very tasty. So we are going to chop up will just kind of crumble. So bite-sized pieces, maybe like that, is good. So once we're almost done cutting our avocado around the pit, we'll add that to our mixture. Okay. So let's just incorporate that, mix it into our bowl. You don't want to spill any. You want to keep all that deliciousness in the bowl. So our next ingredient is a full package of Philadelphia cream cheese. This adds such a great texture and creaminess to the dish. So we're going to use a full package, and make sure you keep it out for a little bit to allow the cream cheese to soften. And we're just going to add in our cream cheese, and it'll melt as it goes into the oven and as this cooks. But if it's soft, it'll be much easier to stir in, and it'll also reduce the cooking time. So once the whole package has been added, we're just going to stir this up a little bit. Now, y'all, this is not a very pretty appetizer right now, because it all needs to be incorporated and cooked in, but it is definitely delicious. So, now that our cream cheese has been added, we are going to also add in some butter. Not too much. So I think Paula would want me to use this whole stick to make it delicious. And feel free to, but we're just going to use about a tablespoon of butter. Oops, I put a little too much in. Paula will appreciate that. And this will melt in to the mixture once it cooks. And our last ingredient is some fresh mozzarella cheese. And I like to use a grater and use a fresh piece of mozzarella cheese, and we're just going to grate it like so. I like to use about a quarter cup, a quarter to a third of fresh mozzarella cheese, and this just makes it really nice and creamy. That looks about right. So let's stir in the cheese. We have all our ingredients, and they're nice and mixed in. Now we're going to put this into the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And it's good to stir this halfway through. So after about 10 minutes, go into the oven, stir it up. So we put this into the oven like so. Oven in about 20 minutes. I like to serve it like this, where you put the dip in the center, and it's great with some tortilla chips, or you can also toast your own pita chips. That's a great way to serve this spinach and artichoke dip. So try it out. I hope you enjoy it.